who knows all too well that happiness is very much promoted as for sale. Today he is here to explore with you how to find your happily ever after. Let's go to Jack.
Hello Manchester, if everyone could stand up on your feet. And if you could all turn round 360 degrees. And if you'd like to take a seat, that's great. Now, I originally did that about 6 months ago on one of the first training sessions we did with Speak Up. And purely because it's the last night I'm doing it, I thought I'd do it again. So thanks very much. But in all seriousness, if everyone could close their eyes, please. I'm going to ask you a question. And you can come up with as many answers in your head as you want, but just make sure you think of a final answer. So the question is, what is the single most important possession in your life? Okay? What is the most important thing in your life? Have a few seconds, think about it. Keep your eyes closed. And when you've got your item, just slowly raise your hands, eyes closed, just so I can see who's finished. Okay, a few more hands, keep your eyes closed. Okay, I think that's about everyone, so open your eyes. Let's find out what your items were. I'm going to come to you first, Barbara, because you're a great speaker. Tell us what your item is.
I've got a lovely bead necklace that was given to me by my grandmother.
Okay, and why is this special to you?
Because it makes me think of her and that makes me happy.
Okay, interesting. And I'm going to come to you, Tracy, because you're a great speaker as well. Can you tell us what your item is, please?
It's my daughter, who I shouldn't really call a possession.
Okay, and why is your daughter important to you?
Because she makes my heart sing.
Okay, very interesting. And only because I know it's going to be very obscure and random, Chris, what's your item?
It's a little bit embarrassing, Martin. I've got a teddy monkey at the end of my bed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true, I've got a teddy monkey at the end of my bed, it's that.
Brilliant, and why is that important
because
to you?
it's so silly, I always have lots of laughter with my girlfriend about it, so we've got all the laughter members.
Okay, brilliant, thank you very much, guys. Now, no matter what your item is, they're all linked in one way, and that is through happiness, as you've already heard. All your items that you've chosen make you happy. No one here chose an item that makes them sad, did they? And that's what today is really all about. It's about happiness. That thing that we spend a lot of our lives in pursuit of, that thing that we try to obtain and try to retain, the thing that as human beings is natural to us. It's inside of us. We want to be happy. We want to gain as much happiness as we possibly can. And to do this, we often buy a lot of things, don't we? And those things that we have and the money that we need to get them, we place a lot of value on and a lot of importance on as well. So much so that we do this at a global scale. So let's have a look at that. The success of a country is measured in terms of the output of material goods and intangible services. And in economics, this is known as gross domestic product, or GDP. So for example, the wealthiest country in the world is the United States. And if you take this United States' wealth and divide it up amongst all the people, you get an average per person, don't you? And if you do that for all the countries across the world, you can compare the countries. And when you do this, the United States is not actually the wealthiest country. It's Luxembourg, a small country with few people, outputting a lot of stuff of high value. You'll get a high average wealth per person. So if these wealthy countries, you would think that they'd be some of the happiest in the world, wouldn't you? Has anyone ever heard of the World Happiness Report? Okay, I've got one, maybe two people, a few people nodding their heads. This is a relatively new report and it comes out yearly, and it measures all different factors within countries and rates them on happiness. And then of course you can rank the countries from the most happiest to the least. And in the 2018 report, Luxembourg, the wealthiest country per person, was the 17th happiest. And the United States, the wealthiest country by total wealth, was the 18th happiest. And the United Kingdom was the 19th happiest. So it only goes to show that the wealthiest countries in the world aren't necessarily the happiest. Now let's bring it back down to you guys on an individual level, because that's what today is all about. It's about your happiness. It's no surprise that when we have this attitude towards wealth and success on a global level, we do it on an individual level. So we aspire to big houses, nice cars, nice clothes, nice gardens with lots of space, lots of everything. And what do we need for this? Money. Financial success. And with that, we spend a lot of money on big houses, filling them with lots of stuff. And then we buy bigger houses and we fill them with even more stuff. Here's a question for you. What do you reckon the average number of items is in a household? Is it 1,000? Is it 5,000? Have a guess, shout them out to me. What do we think?
20,000.
10,000, 20,000? Any advances on that? 50,000. Did someone say 64,000 at the back? That's wrong anyway. The average number of items in a person's house is 300,000. That's on average. Really? 300,000? Think about it. Think about all the stuff in your house, in your different rooms, in the garage, in the loft, in your kitchen cupboards, in your makeup bag, in that crap drawer everyone has. Everyone has a crap drawer, don't they? Full of batteries and receipts and old phones. Think about your DVD collection you've not watched for 10 years. It all adds up, doesn't it? That's a lot of stuff. And where does all this stuff come from? Why are we buying so much stuff? It's because we don't buy goods and services. We buy feelings and we buy happiness. And people who work in marketing and advertising, such as myself, know this. So, for example, Coca-Cola tells us to open happiness. And Cadbury's tells us to free the joy. And I heard one the other day for Heart Radio, which was turn up the feel good. So marketers do this because they need to maximize sales. That's their job. Indirectly or indirectly, that's what a marketeer does. And to do this, they have to get you guys to buy more things. So every advert you see, every tweet, every store environment, every logo, every package design is all designed to make you buy more stuff. Because they've attached happiness and equated it with goods and services, because that's what we're all looking for. Close your eyes again for me. At the beginning of this speech, I got you to choose an item out of all those 300,000 that are in your house. And that was the item that's most important to you. Keep your eyes closed and just imagine that item is with you. So either you're holding it and you're touching it, or you're sitting on it, wearing it, reading it, scrolling through it, maybe you're smoking it. Just think how that makes you feel. Makes you feel good, doesn't it? Makes you feel elated, makes you feel excited, makes you feel sexy, makes you feel funny, makes you feel glorious, makes you feel amazing, and now it's gone. That item's gone. It's out of your life forever. You can't have it back. Open your eyes. How do you feel now? That item that you love so much is gone. I don't know if I should ask this. Your daughter's gone, Tracy. You feel devastated, okay? Barbara, how do you feel?
Miserable.
Chris, do you feel shit as well?
Yes.
Okay. We're all feeling pretty rough. Pretty sad, pretty unhappy, pained, robbed, pretty low, pretty rubbish. But if I asked you to take that item that you love so much and compared it with, say, your friends and family, I don't even need to ask which one makes you happier, because we all know what that is, don't we? It's interesting that in the world we live in, no matter who we are or where we are, We all want the same thing. Yet the success of a country or the success of a person isn't measured by how happy they are. It's measured on economic performance. And we know that economic performance isn't what makes us happy. So I just want to leave you with this. The next time you go to buy something and think it's going to make you happy, just stop and assess and question its value. Is this really going to bring me happiness? Thank you for listening.